Hello! Alright, so as you all know, it is only one day, at least at the time of filming this, until Pride Month, and therefore we will have a new collection of Hazbin Hotel Pride merch. And of course, I believe that this time there will be more canon confirmations of sexualities, and so, because we only have one day left, I thought I would guess, and that way, if I get any of them right, I can go back to this video and be like, haha, I got it right exactly one day before it was confirmed. And this video does not have a script, so excuse me meandering around. Okay, so, first off, I am going to touch on Baxter, and I think people will need to hear me out on this one. I think Baxter is a homophobe. I hate to say it, I do. I think he is a straight non-ally. And, you know, hear me out on this one. I think Baxter, with his scientific personality, would be the exact type of guy to be like, actually, did you know that romantic relationships should only be between a man and a woman to benefit the human species? And Charlie can be like, well, Baxter, you know that love, it doesn't contain itself in what's better for the species. You know that? And Baxter can be like, fascinating. Give me an interview or whatever, you know? And I do know that it's really possible that Baxter is bi because of his relationship with Sir Pentious, so this is just my opinion. And also, partly, I think that it would be fun, and I know I'm gonna get clipped for this, to have more homophobic representation, just because Katie Killjoy is unironically one of my favorite characters because she is so funny with her blatant homophobia. I think all of those jokes are just ridiculously funny to see how crazy she is, and also I'm kind of tired of people being in hell for the same reason of murder and only having that one negative trait of being a murderer. So I think it would be cool to have somebody, especially somebody who died in the 1910s and was presumably alive in the late 1800s, to have homophobia to deal with, especially somebody as science-focused as Baxter. So I think that he is a straight homophobe, but I think that if he is that, then in season 3, we will get a little bit more of Charlie and Vaggie probably being like, hey, you know that romantic love it's not just to benefit the society, it's not just to have children, you know, anybody can be in love kind of thing. And Baxter researching it, and maybe even having his own coming of finding out that he's bi or pan or something like that after he realizes, hey, maybe these two are right. But that's just my thought. Sarah, there are a lot of different ways that they could go with Sarah, so I'll go over my two main theories so that no matter what, I'm probably right. I think that there is a heavy possibility that Sarah is asexual, aromantic, because she just gives me those vibes of somebody who does not really care about romance. She has so many different things on her plate that I highly doubt that romantic feelings are what she's really thinking on. So I think that it's possible she is aromantic, asexual, especially because of her high angel status. It's normally depicted in various cultures and media that almost all angels are aromantic, but of course, Hazbin Hotel is probably going through a different direction. Now, my second theory is that Sarah is pansexual, but again, not very interested in romance. It just seems to fit her a lot, just based on her, I don't quite know, but she gives me pansexual vibes really much so, especially because obviously Sarah and Lucifer have a relationship. We don't ever get to see it in season 2, unfortunately, but I assume that they are siblings, or they used to be close or something like that, specifically because of what Sarah says to Emily. She seems quite grief-stricken whenever she says,
you could end up like Lucifer, fallen.
I think that it would be nice to have those two have the same sexualities, just because I think it would be kind of cute to have them be similar in at least one way. I mean, Lucifer does try to relate to Charlie by being like,
girlfriend.
Oh my golly, you like girls. So do I. We have so much in common. You put her there, Maggie. Yeah.
So I think it would be nice to have those two have at least something similar. And also, this will touch on a small problem that I hope will get rectified by confirming the Heaven character's sexualities, which is the fact that I really think it's a little bit, I'm not trying to say Vizzy is a homophobe or anything like that. I know they have the best intentions and representation is a good thing, but I'm really not a big fan of the idea that all of the characters in Hell, who are all bad people, are LGBTQ. I don't think that's a great thing. So I think that by adding LGBTQ characters in Heaven, like Sarah, or we'll discuss the other ones later on, plus a bonus character, by having them be LGBTQ as well, we could kind of ease away from that and have it be like, oh, well, you know, your sexuality doesn't relate to whether you go to heaven or hell, kind of thing. Lute. Now, I might get even more flack for this than I did with Baxter. I think Lute is bi. I do think that Lute is a homophobe. 100%, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, I think that Lute is a homophobe, and probably a transphobe, and probably a racist, etc., etc. It's probably everything. Every kind of hateful thing she could be. But I don't think that changes the fact that I think Lute is bi. Now, I am very biased on this, because I am a hardcore, Fallen Wings, Vaggie X Lute shipper. I really ship that, obviously as a toxic thing. So I think that Lute, obviously people who are homophobic, a lot of times they are closeted. They are so far in the closet, they're like, oh, I could never be this, I hate this, well, secretly they are just hating themselves. They hate other people to prevent that hatred from going into themselves. And Lute, being the way she is, so strong in her beliefs, I think it would make a lot of sense and be a really interesting character conflict if she was bisexual. And the reason she is homophobic is because she hates herself in that way. She hates the fact that she is bi. And I also think that it would add a little bit of interesting conflict to Vaggie and Lute. And now this is going all into just fan headcanon. This does not have any proof. I think it would be interesting if part of the reason that Lute hated Vaggie so much was that she was actually maybe a little bit in love with her, as well as Adam. Like, Lute loved Adam, but she also maybe on the side loved Vaggie, or at least found her conventionally attractive. And so she pushed that outwards onto Vaggie because she got really insecure. Now, that is all just headcanon. There is no evidence for that. That is just my ship brain going insane, right? But, I think it's also, of course, really possible that Lute has that one really, really homophobic straight flag just flying in her merch. Specifically the one, I'm going to pop it on screen whenever I'm editing this. It'll be like the one bit of editing I do.
That might catch up.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Specifically the one with, like, the male symbol intertwined with the female symbol. You know, that one that really screams, did you know that I'm a homophobe? Did you know I hate gays? I think it's very possible that Lute has that one. Okay, and next one is Speaker of God. I think that Speaker of God is either demi-romantic, that came out of nowhere, I did not plan that at all, demi-romantic, or, like Sarah, Arrow Ace. I think it's also really possible that Speaker of God does not get a confirmed sexuality. I think that Speaker of God is 100% an ally. In every way. I doubt that I don't think that Speaker of God, I love her so much, by the way, she's one of my favorite characters, and I hate to go on a tangent, but why does everybody hate her design? I love Speaker of God's design. I think it's one of the best designs in the entire series. It's finally getting away from the classic one body type, one skin tone, etc., etc., thing that a lot of the other Hazbin Hotel characters have, and people hate on it, and I don't know why. Like, obviously you're entitled to your own opinion, but I think it's just because she is so much different than the other members of the cast, but she needed to be. She is the quite literal Speaker of God. She needed to be different from the other cast. Okay, back on point. I think that Speaker of God could never hate anyone. I think she's 100% an ally, even if she is completely straight. I don't think Speaker of God will ever get into any romantic relationships. She just does not feel like that kind of person. She seems like she's more a straight, she values her platonic relationships and her duty as, well, the actual Speaker of God. And I don't think that she would value having a romantic relationship, especially because there would be quite the big power dynamic there. So I think she's either demi-romantic or Arrow Ace. And of course, no matter what, even if she's just straight, she's 100% an ally, of course. Hey, Editing Lynette here. I've heard some rumors that St. Peter has been confirmed as bisexual, but I had already filmed a part of me theorizing before I heard about that, so yeah, enjoy this anyway. And then, St. Peter. I think that St. Peter he's a bit of a difficult one because he's such a side character, and he doesn't really give me vibes of anything, so I'm probably gonna just slap the, bi label on him and see what happens. People might ask, hey, do you ship Abel and St. Peter? I think it's a fine ship. I like it a lot better than Abel x Emily, and I could get into that all day because I hate Abel x Emily so much, and I can't even explain to you why, but I hate Abel x Emily. I can't even explain why. So I think St. Peter is bi, and possibly we could have a ship with him and Abel, possibly. And speaking of the devil, Abel is gay. I think that Abel is 100% gay, but also gay and, hear me out, demi-romantic, and possibly, this is just a complete headcanon, maybe it's too many fives, I don't really care, possibly asexual as well. I'm just saying. I know I'm gossiping about Abel like he's a real person. I think that there's a pretty big possibility that Abel is asexual as well, just because he gives me the kind of vibes of somebody who would be really grossed out by all of that. And hey, we need more asexual rep other than just Alistair, and Alistair is great asexual rep. You can talk to Two Dream about that. Two Dream is an actual asexual, so, Two Dream, they are both asexual, and so if they say Alistair is good representation, I'm gonna 100% go with them. Okay, back on topic. Abel is gay, I think 100%. Now, partly I'm saying that just because I hate the Abel x Emily ship so much, but yeah. And speaking of the second devil, Emily! Emily. I didn't actually think of her before I hit record. I don't really know why. Emily, I can't really see her with anyone, you know? I know that Emily is technically an adult, but she gives me such childlike vibes. I don't even know. She seems like someone who hasn't had the talk yet. I actually did not give any more thought to her in the brief time I was interrupted. Emily, I think that she is probably, again, demi-romantic. I think that she's asexual. No matter what she is, I think she's asexual. Maybe bi-romantic. I think bi-romantic would be nice because we don't really have much of that representation in media of somebody who's bi-romantic, so that is what I am going to give to her specifically. You know, it would really suck if her sexuality has already been confirmed and I just haven't looked at it. Some of these might have already been confirmed and I just did not see yet, so that's my bad if it was. And then I know that I just don't really feel comfortable with any ships, and again, this is just only a me thing. I'm not saying you can't ship her, I'm not saying it's wrong to ship her, but because Emily gives such childlike vibes, even more so than Charlie or anyone else, she's so sheltered, I really am not really comfortable with shipping her with anyone or giving her sexuality. Well, obviously, like, I don't mean it like that, but, like, I'm not comfortable thinking that she could be romantic. Me, personally, I'm sure she can. I'm sure she will have one. So, for now, I'm just gonna go with bi-romantic and demi-romantic. And then, finally, we have a bonus one. A bonus one, which is Molly, I think her name is, Angel Dust's sister. I think that Angel Dust's sister, Molly, is, I might be saying her name wrong, I think that she is either pansexual or a lesbian. This is mostly based on, this next thing I'm going to say is mostly based on a comic I saw that I really liked. But I think that Molly is going to be one of those characters where she looks really, really innocent and really, really cute and really, really sweet. And then you meet her and she's like the most lewd person ever. And she makes all of those, spicy jokes and really gets along with Angel Dust. So I think that she is pan, probably just really romantic with everybody. I think she's, oh, I can't say this joke, but I really want to. Okay, just imagine a dirty joke in this spot. Okay, so, I think that is about it for all of the characters I have guesses for. Let me know if you disagree with them, but please be respectful. It's totally okay if you disagree with them and if you ship different things than me. I guess we'll see what is canon tomorrow. At least I hope so. I hope they confirm the sexualities tomorrow. Let's cross our fingers that the merch is good and not like the freaking Shaggy socks. Alright, bye!